I want to help you turn your annual income into a monthly paycheck, but I'm going to keep it real, as I always do. This business, it's very simple, and I'll share my story because it took me 7 years to crack a full-time income, 16 years to become a millionaire. And it was because we learned how to leverage social media to build a brand. It was because we learned how to generate leads. We learned how to duplicate ourselves and create independence within our organization. That's ultimately what you want to create. You know, it's not get rich quick, but it is get rich eventually, which is better than get rich never. You got to be patient and persistent. And remember this. You got the cookie. You have to realize that you have an opportunity to change someone's life. We change lives for a living. Do you realize this? We change lives for a living. And you got the cookie. You have a miracle in your mouth. I'm literally doing this with my team right now. The 100 box challenge. Create 100 conversations. And it's so funny because people are like, what do I say? Just say, hey, how are you? How's the family? It's been a while. What are you up to these days? What are you excited about? What's your big focus in the new year? Do you have plans for the holiday? How was your Thanksgiving? Are you traveling? Like, Merry Christmas. What's up? How's the kids? How's the wife? How's the husband? Like, whatever. Like, friend first, marketer second. This ain't rocket science. Y'all overcomplicate this very simple business. You overcomplicate it because you sometimes have commission breath. Remember, it ain't about you. It's about who you can serve, who you can help. Like, thank God my best friend, Mike Callahan, 22 years ago, brought me to my first network marketing meeting. You know, we used to have a saying back in the old school days, pick them up so they show up, and then they can't leave because you're their ride. So Mike brought me to that very first meeting, and I was a total red apple. You know, they talk about red apples, green apples, and rotten apples, right? Some people aren't rotten humans, but they're rotten apples. Like, they're like the naysayer at the meeting. This is a pyramid scheme. The funny thing is, the first network marketing company I was in, it actually did get shut down for being a pyramid scheme. And it kind of sort of actually it was. Yeah, it was a pyramid scheme. But I was introduced to personal development and I met Nadya. So it all worked out. But at the end of the day, I was a total red apple. I was like, take my money. Let's go. I want to get rich. I want residual income. I want to make money in my sleep. I want an MBA, a massive bank account. And they said you could be from Yale or jail. They said it didn't matter if you were broke, busted, and disgusted. It didn't matter if you were a drunk punk loser, which I was. I had earrings, tongue ring. I mean, I was a total dud. But eventually, because of personal development and working my face off, I became a stud. And I'm not saying that it's easy, but damn, is it worth it. And it was because I got exposed to that personal development. I got exposed to mentorship and the community. All of that rocked my world, but I'm going to keep it real. First company went out of business. Then I got out of network marketing for a couple years and I did mortgages and I learned how to make money for the first time in my life. I literally earned $600,000 in 4 years. $600,000 in 4 years. Like, it was silly money. I didn't know what was happening. I never made money like that, but it was because of what I learned in network marketing, and I applied it into the mortgage industry and I worked my face off. I made more phone calls in a couple days than most people were making in a week. People would come into my office. Now, they all had cubicles and they're like looking at me because I was one of the top, loan officers. And they're like, how are you doing it? How are you putting so many loans in the pipeline? I'm like, look at the call logs. This ain't rocket science. I make over 500 calls a week, 100 calls a day, and you make 200 on a good week. You're calling the same people and over again. You're making excuses and I'm making money. And you can make money or make excuses. You can't do both. Choose wisely. That's what my mentor taught me, my very first network marketing company. And I'm forever grateful because it gave me the mindset and the philosophy to be successful in business. And I worked my face off. I became the #1 loan officer in a very large mortgage company in Baltimore. But here's what I realized, y'all. I didn't have residual income. I was only as good as my last month. So every month I had to start all over at zero. So I figured out that network marketing, if I took what I learned in network marketing, my first company, and I took what I learned in mortgages and I got back into the right vehicle, which I thought I did at that time, ended up not being a good fit for me, but I digress. I realized that it was all about filling the pipeline. It was all about leading by example. And then when you did get someone, to join your team, you did get a customer to buy your product. It was treating them with dignity and respect, treating people, remember the golden rule, treat people how you would want them to treat you, right? Giving people that great customer experience, right? Not being like, look, I get the hardcore old school mentality of how network marketing leaders would be. Like, you have to earn my time and all these things. But I don't know. I mean, for me, it's always worked to treat everybody equally. Now, listen, let me be clear. I spend the majority of my time working with leaders and people that deserve it. But if someone has, zero customers, they've never hit a rank, and they've been here for 2 years, I still respond to their messages and treat them with kindness. I still help those people. Now, I'm not putting as much time into that person because I don't have as much to work with because they don't put as much into the business. I mean, listen, I'm going to keep it real. You are looking for people with whip, work ethic, hunger, integrity. And if they've got this fourth one, personal power, well, that's dynamite. That's what I'm looking for, right? But at the end of the day, I know that some people start off as duds like me. Some people just need the community. They need the mentorship, and it might take them a while to get the hang of it. It might take a while before they have the belief and the confidence and the certainty in what they're doing. But at the end of the day, I pour into people in group. I show up every single day. I enrolled 11 people last month, and I don't need to enroll anybody. Why? Because I want to lead by example. I want to out-recruit my entire team. I want to put out more content into the marketplace. I want to show up even when I don't need to, even though I don't have to. I want to out-earn, out-give, outperform everybody else on the team. Now, that's hard to do because I got a big team, but that's my mindset. Do you get it? I'm glad it took as long as it did. I'm grateful that I worked in the old school offline days because I have perspective. Some people are so spoiled because they had it easy. They got rich quick. And when it all fell apart because they didn't have leadership skills, they didn't know how to duplicate themselves. They didn't know how to lead people through tough times. They failed. They crashed. They became an MLM hater. You know, some of those people, they're just like anti-MLM people now. And it's because they had all the false expectations. They built it the wrong way. They had the wrong mentor. They had a bully for a leader. They had, a bad example of what network marketing looks like. And I'm just glad I didn't give up. I almost did because I had such bad MLM PTSD. But, the truth is, again, it took me 16 years to become a millionaire. However, as Nadya would say, 16 months to become a millionaire with the company I partnered with. So people could say, see, it's all a matter of perspective, right? People could say, oh my gosh, in 16 months, he was already making 6 figures in a month, but it was actually 16 years in the making. So if someone says, hey, I want to turn my annual income into my monthly paycheck, even if you're making a ton of money right now, technically you could take that annual income and turn it into a monthly paycheck if you maybe upgraded your strategies, upgraded your skills. Maybe you started reaching out to your chicken list. I'll tell you another thing that helped me finally crack a 6-figure income in network marketing. It was going after A players, business owners, people that had more influence than me, people I looked up to. Because here's the thing, business owners know business owners. A players know A players. People with influence know other people with influence. I recruited people that were 20 years older than me. This was back in 2008, so I was like 27, 28. But I started to not just recruit better people, but I started to intentionally connect with and network with people. Like my ears would perk up when someone said they were self-employed. My ears would perk up when someone said they'd done network marketing before, or they were in business, or they were making a lot of money in real estate or mortgages. Like how many people right now do you think that are in the car business? They're in real estate. They're in these different professions that are making less money. Like this is a time to ask those people if they're keeping their income options open. Just speak to them like a human speaks to another human. Like, why are you friends with people? Why do you have people, following you on Facebook, friends with you on Facebook, people that are following you on Instagram or TikTok, or you have people on your cell phone, all these people, you have their phone numbers, you have emails, you have all these people on LinkedIn, whatever, and you're not going to talk to them? Why? What are you freaking afraid of? What are they going to do? Like, they might be mean to me. They might ignore me. God, are you kidding me? Have you ever ignored someone? Did they die? Yeah. Hey, how are you? How's the family? What are you up to? Remind me how we connected. Man, it's been a while. How have you been? Last time we spoke was before COVID. Last time we spoke was high school. Last time we spoke was 6 months ago. What have you been up to? How's business? What are you most excited about these days? What are you doing for the holidays? Now, you're not going to say all these things. I'm giving you examples of how to start a conversation. Now, watch this, watch this. This is it. You ready? This is how you 10x your income, y'all. This is how you create the big mo. Take 60 minutes a day and reach out to 100 people. Start conversations. What if you did that every day? What if you started just 10 conversations every day? My God, stop overthinking it. People are like, well, what do I do when they respond? Listen, depending on their response, you have a little back and forth dialogue, a little back and forth. Oh, that's great. Glad to hear you're keeping busy. Glad to hear the family's well. Glad to hear it, blah, 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 whatever. Or, hey, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, you've been sick. Oh, me too. I was sick a couple weeks ago. But listen, write this down. The reason I'm reaching out to you is because I'm starting something new. Tell them why. I don't know if you know this, but I've been a school teacher the last 20 years. I make okay money. I love what I do. I get summers off, but honestly, I've had to pick up a part-time job because I need to make ends meet. My husband's making less money or, whatever, right? My spouse is making less money. My wife's making less money. Bottom line, I was looking for other income opportunities, especially something from home, especially something from my phone. And I found it. I met some people. They're crushing it. They're going to teach me how to do it. I'm really excited. Here's why I'm excited. Talk about the product. Talk about the timing. Talk about the compensation. Whatever you're excited about. So you tell them your personal reason why, and you tell them why you chose this company, why this product. Get personal. Keep it real. Facts tell, stories sell, y'all. You have to be relatable. Stop trying to sell and just speak from the heart. Keep it real. Been struggling. The news, the war, the economy, whatever's going on, because most people can probably relate. I wanted to find a way to pay off my debt. I wanted to find a way to fire my boss. I wanted to find a way to work from home because I needed the money, but I also didn't want to be away from my children. Would you be open? I can share a 2-minute video with you if you want to learn more. I can add you into this group. I can introduce you to my mentors so you can learn more if you're open. If not, no big deal. Guys, this is not that difficult. And here, you want to really crush it on social media. You want to really crush it with your conversations, your text messaging, your Instagram DMs, whatever. You want to really crush it? Use the audio feature on Messenger or text. Why? Because it's the next best thing to a phone call. They can hear your tonality, your enthusiasm. People relate to people. People relate to your reason for doing this. You don't need a why that makes you cry, although that could help. I didn't have a why that could make me cry in the beginning. I didn't have kids. I didn't have a wife. I had no real purpose in my life when I first got started. I was 20. I was broke, busted, and disgusted. Like I said, I was a drunk punk loser. I had no why that made me cry. No, I just wanted to make enough money to move out of my parents' house and not wait tables and not feel like a freaking loser. That's it. That's all. That's what I told people. And guess what? Guess who you're going to have the most success relating to? People just like you. And look, if your warm market is completely crappy and your warm market is burnt out, which I never believe that, by the way. I never believe that. You could do referral posts. You could lead with the product. You could ask people who they know that would be open to making money from home, who they know that would love to lose weight, get in shape, live longer, look younger, feel better. But at the end of the day, I didn't have a why that made me cry, but I was very relatable and I was fired up, jacked up, and excited. I'm sorry, but passion sells. Stories sell, facts tell, right? Like when you're excited and you tell your face, other people are going to get excited too. When you're excited and you're on fire, people are going to come watch you burn, baby. I create conversations. I create curiosity. I put out a piece of content. I make connections. By the way, do you notice all the C's? Conversations, curiosity, content, conversions, right? All the things, connections, all the C words. Which is about what I was in school also. I was a C student. I'm trying to think of another joke to use the word. Oh, now I have a CEO mentality. Boom. If it took you 5 years to turn your annual income into a monthly paycheck, would it be worth it? That's your decision. That's your call. That's your choice. If you want to work your face off and commit to this and build your empire. Listen, I have a lot of friends that make a lot of money doing a lot of different things. And there's nothing I would rather do. There's nothing better than network marketing. Now, there's a lot of different types of network marketing companies out there, a lot of different business models, a lot of different products. But at the end of the day, I don't know of a better business in regards to income, impact, and freedom. This is what it takes. Building the systems, creating the duplication. But the sooner you get over your fears and insecurities, the sooner you start to have those business conversations. You have to create leverage. If you want to create a significant income, you have to build a team. You have to get over yourself. Okay, you don't know what to say. You don't know what to do. That's why you have an upline. That's why you have a mentor. But you have to do the work. If you're not willing to have those 100 conversations, if you're not willing to ask people if they're keeping their income options open, if you're not willing to promote your products and opportunity on social media, you're like a secret agent. Last time I checked, you don't get paid to keep it a secret. Last time I checked, you got to be loud and proud and bold, and you got to show up with value, my friend. You can't be an infomercial.